of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step.
That went out wide and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
That's to the sideline and incomplete. The Dolphins at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 10.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
That is caught.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. Let's pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone, because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
He will push his way down to about the 14. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Sheds off the tackle.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll drop the throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
They'll set up to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And some space here. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 26. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Now another shot here at the PAT. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
7-7, our score after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it as we resume action. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes the score 14-7.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Right back to Mitchell here.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here we go. Check out.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver, complete. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And that is incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Slot man moves right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
And now they'll shift things around.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he won't get close. Only a yard. 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Back to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now 21-7.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
In motion right, that's Williams.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And oh, that would get a right-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good... And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal was to score just before the break, but I'm not sure that a safety was how they expected to do it. But give the defenders credit. They saw how the series was starting out, and I think it increased their intensity. This was their chance to make a huge play before the half, and all they needed was one play to get it done.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now back to throw.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw here. Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. There he goes, left side.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone as a former defender, you know it hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
Not only does it hurt, the laughter in film is going to be intense. You are going to get jumped on for not making it all the way to the end zone.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Another shot from the one on second and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He's airing it out for Williams. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Lions get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. Extra point safely through, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
3rd and 4.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
45 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. On play action, they'll throw. On the move to his left. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That goes for a gain of 31.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
And the Dolphins are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year.
And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That's caught, and this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
The slot man in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. From 13 yards out.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is now 24.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 5.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Now a give right side. McPherson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
2nd and 13.
He'll hit his man on the bubble screen. Complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd down, McPherson. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
They'll run with Mitchell.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions get a bit closer.
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. They'll try and throw for it. It's caught at the 1. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
The Dolphins take over at their own 13-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Let's go. Go.
He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Ready.
He'll look to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and forever.
Buffalo 18. 18 rattle. 18 rattle. Ready.
Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Trap 60. Trap 60. Stephanie. Panther 11. Panther 11. Dragon 60.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They run the counter. McPherson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
91 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 4.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Ready, set. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Let's go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now an audible here into something else. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line.
70 range.
He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 4 yards out.
And the Dolphins have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game.
34.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
The partner